Hi, I'm Rich Miller. At Virtua, we believe citizens need to be informed about the important healthcare issues affecting their lives. That's why we're proud to support healthcare programming produced by the Caucus Educational Corporation and their partners in public television.
This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by Investors Bank, Berkeley College, Virtua, QualCare Inc., a local managed care company covering 750,000 New Jersey residents, New Jersey Sharing Network, dedicated to saving lives through organ and tissue donation, Kessler Foundation, changing the lives of people with disabilities, and by Adler Aphasia Center, helping stroke and brain injury survivors recover their speech. Promotional support provided by The Record, North Jersey's trusted source, and NorthJersey.com, and by New Jersey Monthly, the magazine of the Garden State, available at newsstands.
This is One-on-One.
When you first heard that they were doing Charlie Rose and Gayle King, didn't you go, what?
People like laughing at others, so I don't mind if the other is me.
See, you go right into the character. That's what it is.
I'm bringing families together a half an hour each week. Man, I'm doing something special.
And so I do feel successful.
Hi, I'm Steve Adubato. We're in the heart of Manhattan at the Tisch WNET studio. And it's my honor, my pleasure to welcome Jack Mitchell, who is the chairman of Mitchell's Family of Stores and author of a terrific book called Hug Your Customers. Jack was with us a while back. And this is the revised edition of Hug
Revised and updated, Steve. Yes, I'm thrilled to be here. Just thrilled.
It's great to have you back. By the way, should we let everyone know, Jack, do the close-up again of what Jack has around his neck.
Well, this is my tape, Steve. I wear this tape when I do interviews and when I'm on the selling floor at our 5 stores in Connecticut, Long Island, and California. It sort of symbolizes that, you know, I'm a real person, and they start talking. It's a good way to get people talking. And it also symbolizes that we, in our family business, I say this in my book, Hug Your Customers, we measure everything. So it's not only about hugging and being close to the customers, one-on-one, as you say here, but it's also about how we measure the results and how we track and measure every single thing that we do. So that's my tape.
It's interesting. You're in it's clothing, business is clothing, but you've often argued, and you and I have talked about this a lot offline as well, that hugging, the concept of hugging, takes place in any industry.
Yes, and everywhere. And anyone who has customers, I think you can, and a hug obviously is a metaphor, but it can be a bear hug, but it's any little act or a major act or deed that says, wow, these folks in this business, whether they're selling coffee or peanuts or whatever, they really care about me as a real person. And when that happens, that human connection, that's what we're all about in our stores. And that's how we've grown, one customer at a time, turning them into friends, then they become loyal. They trust us, we trust them, they become loyal customers for life.
Jack, I should say how did we lose that, but how did so many lose that? Because you've said to our producers, and I know that it bothers you when you come across those in a business, a service industry, who just, they're not only not hugging, they're almost saying, get away from me.
Exactly. Well, I mean, a perfect example, I tell stories, as you know, in my book.
Right. A
perfect example is how many times have you and all the people that will be watching this, you go to a store or you go anywhere that's closing, right? And it's 6:15, and they're waving to you closed, you know, or in the morning you want to get in for a cup of coffee. Well, at 8 o'clock we open. Well, store the other day, my nephew in San Francisco, our store, Wilkes Bashford, he was telling me the story at 6:30, and he was closing up, and this man's knocking on the door. He's had a beautiful young lady with him. Anyway, he opens the door, of course, and they had just flown in from China, and she was freezing cold. He said, I've got to get her something. So he threw a shawl on, a Loro Piana. I wouldn't even tell you how expensive it was, a very nice one. He said, I love it, I'll take it, just like that. And then he left a little while ago. You know, we got his name and address and everything. 3 weeks to a month later, my nephew said, tell her he was back in. He didn't see him initially come in. And she was buying a lot of clothes. And of course, and she bought another shawl. Well, it was the styler said, why another one? He said, well, the first one was so nice and luxurious, somebody stole it. And so he came back, but he came back, Steve, you know why? Because we opened the door and other stores that he had gone to trying to have that happen said, no, come back tomorrow.
It's so
Simple.
interesting.
Isn't it the right thing to do?
It's so, Jack's talking about being there for people, and I just realized I mistakenly did something. We're here in our studio, and I brought out my iPhone for another reason, and I left it on. And one of the things I just put it on mute, because one of the ways we don't hug our customers and the people around us is by not being present.
To me, that's the most...
Technology. Has it made it harder to hug?
No, it's make it easier to hug.
How?
Because we then can record and communicate with a new type of technology. I still say the phone is the most important way to contact your customer because it's an interactive, even better than texting. But some, as you well know, some people can't put their phones down. So if that's the way they want to communicate, that a new tie or a new shirt or something is happening, an event, a charity event that we're doing, you can do it that way. So, and then of course we have, as I say in my book, a lot's happened since my first book was published in 2003. A lot has happened, including we are now on the internet, which we weren't before, just a bricks and mortar channel distribution, real store. But we're trying to, and I'd love everybody to try to get online. It's, Mitchells.com. Or you can get on and you can see, we're trying to replicate the shopping experience. If you have a sales associate that you work with, up pops his or her face and says,
online?
Well, online.
You can hug online in that way?
We're trying our very best. It says, Rita Roma is your associate. She knows what you like, and since we know every single sale to every single customer by SKU, stock keeping unit, since 1989, that the new online is integrated and connects to what you've been purchasing since then. So you can literally see every purchase that you've made with us in any one of our 5 stores. Also, you can see online, let's say you have a pair of, Todd shoes, and we don't have 12Ds in Connecticut, we might have them in San Francisco. So you can buy them there, or you can say, please send them in to Richard's, our store in Greenwich, Connecticut, because I'm coming in Saturday and I want to try them on.
The other thing that's changed since the first book was out is 2008.
Yes.
And it's horrible economic times. What impact?
It was
harder to hug?
Yes, it was.
Were you hugging during that time?
You bet we were.
How so?
How so? Well, first of all, we just kept contacting and talking to our customers. We said, come on in for a cup of coffee, come in for cappuccino, or come in for a bagel or whatever. Just come on in. And some did and some didn't. We hugged our people even more. We had to make some cutbacks, which were very difficult to do because our business went down, I say in my book, 30+%. And when that happens, so we made those adjustments. We all sacrificed together. We all took some pay cuts, and we got. Because
you're also the other book, Hug Your People. You got to hug your people while you're doing that.
It's most important because if we hug our people, then they hug the customers. So we stayed in contact with these customers, and the major objective was to try to make sure they didn't shop somewhere else. And most of them didn't. Most of them came back as the economy came back, and our customers. We are in the upper end luxury field. I mean, we sell, quality
high end.
We're high end, and so our customers still, thank goodness, didn't lose all their money, but they were very prudent, and they just didn't buy as much. And then all of a sudden, our growth has come though through acquisition. So by the fall of '09, a year later, we saw this opportunity to buy these stores in California, Wilkes-Barre, and we bought them out of bankruptcy. We flew to California, and they had the preeminent stores, but they didn't understand that cash was king. And remember, I have my 3 C's in my book.
That's right.
Customers, community, we're very much part of the community. And we kept doing that during this terrible recession. And then cash. We believe cash is king.
One more quick question.
Sure.
I talk to you about leadership all the time. I'm going to ask you right now, number 1 leadership lesson you learned in all this is?
To me, the leader has to be there. You've got to be, in my case, on the selling floor, in the stores, or in Milan with the buying team so that you buy the right merchandise at the right time. You've got to be there 24/7. It's just a mentality of always being with your people all the time and being present and being positive and proactive. That's what that has been for me and for our family.
You've lost none of your passion. You're more passionate and...
passion is the other P, of course.
Yeah, well, I learn every time you come on. And thank you for doing what you're doing and teaching the rest of us. Thanks, buddy. Stay right there.
Thank you very much, Steve.
All right.
Thank you.
You keep hugging. Stay with us. We'll be right back, hugging folks right here in Lincoln Center.
To see more one-on-one with Steve Adubato programs, visit us online at steveadubato.org. If you would like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato PhD and follow us on Twitter at Steve Adubato.
Ray Isle is executive wine editor, Food and Wine magazine. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Doing great. Thank you for having me on.
Great to have you. You brought some stuff to show us, but let's talk about you a little bit first.
Sure.
When did you become fascinated with wine?
I became fascinated with wine. It started in the mid-'90s, and it really, really became an obsession in the late '90s, I would say. I was kind of headed down an academic path and took a hard left turn into wine.
Why?
I had a graduate fellowship out in California in the Bay Area, started hanging out at wineries a little bit, started working part-time at wineries because I was a grad student, and if you did things like work at bottlings, they'd give you wine for free, and since I had no money whatsoever, that was cool. And then I actually found out that I really liked working in the wine business, started switching my teaching schedule around where I could work harvest during the fall, teach during the rest of the year. Did that a couple of years and was like, I'm done. I got to be in this wine business one way or another. I fell in love with wine, but I also fell in love with the people in the business, the whole world that surrounds it.
What do you mean the people in business?
The wine business is an unusual one. In a lot of businesses in the U.S., people get into it because they get a degree from college and they're like, I don't know what to do. I guess I'll be a lawyer or something. And almost everyone in the wine business is in the wine business because they love wine. So there's an enormous community to it, and there's enormous love of this stuff, this fermented grape juice that has so much complexity to it. So it draws a really passionate crowd of people, and I really loved that. Especially after being in several English departments where everybody couldn't stand each other. It's like,
come on, there are places where people like each other.
That's true.
University faculty, I just can't think of any now. But let me ask you this: someone says the Billy Joel song, bottle of red, bottle of white.
Right.
So is that there's more to it than that, right?
Yeah, there is. I thought initially I was going to work in a winery, but my background was writing, and what I found out about wine is that not only does it taste good, but it's incredibly complex. It can be incredibly complex and nuanced. And at the same time, as a writer, it's interesting economically. It's interesting in terms of cultural history. It's fascinating in terms of food. It's interesting in terms of liquor laws in the U.S., which are completely crazy because they're state by state. So there's this kind of endless, amount of subject matter to write about, which is great. And it goes back basically down to the liquid itself, which really is something special, I think.
I mean, how it happens.
How it happens, and then the fact that you can take grapes, which are just a fruit, and a little bit of yeast and some, thyme, and turn, a grape or grape juice into this complex, multi-layered, fascinating liquid that also complements food extraordinarily well.
What fascinating liquids have you brought with you today?
Well, I brought some wines, affordable wines that also kind of speak to some things that I think are interesting that are going on right now in the wine business. So the first one's rosé. It's a Michel.
Right here?
That one right there. Yeah, Michel Chapoutier Billet Rosé. It's about $15 a bottle. And the interesting thing to me is that rosé is like the wine of the summer for the past 2 summers, as everybody wants to drink dried rosé, and it's wonderful because for years the entire association with rosé was white Zinfandel, the sort of sugary sweet, a little bit soda pop like, and then suddenly there was this mass reawakening, and people remembered that there's Provençal rosé that's dry and crisp. It kind of walks a nice line between white and red, and it's just taken off. It's like the Hamptons, so popular they run out of rosé in the middle of the summer, and people are clamoring for it apparently, which is kind of wild. And so it's an interesting trend, and it's also a great wine, in that you can get a terrific bottle of it for $15. You don't have to pay 67.
So when people are asking, you go in red or white, you say no, rosé.
Yeah, that's a lot of times what I mean, especially for parties. It's a perfect cross both bases kind of wine. It's,
excuse me for interrupting. Are more and more people doing that, saying red, white, and we're going to offer rosé as well?
Yeah, I think many more people are doing that, and restaurants too.
They are.
It's rare that you now see a by the glass list in a restaurant, certainly around the, New Jersey, New York metro area that doesn't have few rosés on the list.
Love it. Hold on. What did you bring? Get a shot of this. Our great production team. What is that in the middle?
That's a tall boy can of red wine.
Is that going to get us in trouble?
Well, if you drink it all, it probably gets you in trouble.
What is that?
It's called Fiction, and
Fiction.
That is actually a pretty good red wine out of the Central Coast of California. The guy does it in bottles, but he also started doing it in tall boy cans. And one thing that's going on in wine is a lot of like playing with packaging. Like, you know, the first thing was screw tops. Screw tops you can now find on wines that cost $100.
Yeah, that confuses me. I got upset the other day because my wife ordered a wine and they started. I go, no, where's the cork?
Yeah,
He
and
goes,
they're like,
"Stop." He goes, I go, but don't you need the cork? I need to smell the cork. I need to know a cork came out. I am old school.
Yeah, well, it is. I mean, and admittedly, screw tops are not exactly romantic. I mean, I'm not suggesting them on the night you're going to ask someone to marry you.
Well, that's 14 years too late.
Okay,
go ahead.
Done. But you know, they're actually the problem with corks is this: they're plant material. They're bark of a tree, and a certain small percentage of corks actually flaw the wine that's in the bottle. They make it smell a little musty. And winemakers started getting really annoyed by this, and so they started switching, particularly in Australia and New Zealand, to screw tops. One result is that actually the cork business has cleaned up its act, and corks are a lot better than they used to be. But at the same time, you've got all these fairly expensive wines with screw tops, and then everybody at that point was like, well, why don't we put wines in Tetra Pak?
And so no problem with that. It doesn't affect the taste at all.
Doesn't affect the taste. I wouldn't age it for 20 years in a cellar. You know, but also if you think about things like the beach or the pool in your backyard, you know, you don't want a glass bottle.
Real quick on the last one.
Last one, Cabernet Sauvignon. Everybody loves Cabernet. I love Napa Cabernet and everything, but I think Washington State is making some of the best value Cabernets on the planet. This is Substance, $15 from a crazy man winemaker named Charles Smith. He looks like, you know, his hair exploded or stuck his finger in a socket or something. And it's just a killer Cabernet for $15 a bottle. P.S.
We're not plugging any wines, by the way. We're telling you.
Yeah. I'm just talking about them. I mean, my main point was that, you know, when you're buying from California, particularly from Napa, you're paying a premium on a wine because you're paying for Napa Valley. It's like buying, you know, Armani. Whereas when you buy Washington State, which I think is making equal quality wines, nobody knows about Washington State.
Give me 30 seconds. Sorry for interrupting. Give me 30 seconds. What are you doing underwater looking for wine? What are you doing?
So they recovered some wine from a wreck 60 feet down off the coast of Bermuda, and I went down to find out where they got it from and then to taste the wine. And well, I was interested. Well, I was interested, one, whether it survived. You know, it had been there for.
Look at this.
That's me. And it had been down there for 145 years or whatever, 150 years. It was a Civil War blockade runner that sank off Bermuda, and we took the wine and we opened it at an event in Charleston, and it was the worst thing I've ever tasted in my life. I mean, it was like, you know, if you took crabs and you boiled them in diesel fuel. I mean, terrible, stunningly.
But the experience?
Experience was extraordinary, and it, you know, it gives you the sense of history too. It's like the taste was terrible, but the history was cool.
You love your job.
I love my job.
What's going on in Aspen, real quick?
Oh, Aspen. So I'm just back from our Food and Wine Classic in Aspen, which is, you know, 5,000 people land in Aspen to drink food, eat food, drink wine, meet chefs, come to wine seminars. I was teaching, you know, a Cabernet seminar that this pop star Pink came to. I mean, it was a wild event, and every year, and it's kind of the mecca of food and wine events.
You do have a good life. Ray Isle, executive wine editor, Food and Wine Magazine. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Stay right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're right back from Lincoln Center right after this.
To see more one-on-one with Steve Adubato programs, visit us online at steveadubato.org. If you would like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato PhD, and follow us on Twitter at Steve Adubato.
Public Television family is proud to welcome John Larocchia, who is the founder and president of Laughter Saves Lives Foundation. How you doing?
Great. Great. Thanks for having me.
It's an honor. You served 21 years in the fire department.
21 years with the
City.
FDNY, retired in July 2008.
And so, were you always funny?
You know, that's a great question. No. Yes and no. At the firehouse, people would say, oh, you're a comic? I mean, there's so many funny guys in the firehouse that I would just sit back and watch them and then use it on stage and get paid for it.
Their material.
Yeah, they're doing it for nothing.
You didn't give them credit.
No.
Oh, okay.
I told them I was using it, though.
After the fact.
Yeah. But,
so what happened? So you got the comedy thing going. You're watching your other friends, and then Laughter Saves Lives comes in where?
What happened was I was always doing stand-up before 9/11, stand-up, and we lost a third of our firehouse on 9/11. 19
Queens?
guys. Yeah. Hazmat 1, Squad 288. Right off of the Long Island Expressway there in Maspeth. So and I lost my partner who I was doing a radio show with at the time, Tom Gardner. Yeah. Funny guy, smart guy, strong, great fireman, everything that I really
tight.
Was not. Yes.
You guys are tight.
Yes, very tight. We did a radio show together.
Is that you guys?
That is us. That's my man. He's still looking down at me saying, you still suck. So I decided, how am I going to, you look in the mirror and everybody's going, never forget, and that's great. But what are you going to do? If I don't remember these guys, who's gonna? If you didn't work with them. So I do comedy. They made me laugh. Why not make people laugh in their name as a way to remember them, raise money for cool charities in their name? We put some money in the foundation, and I used that to help firemen and now some cops who were struggling due to a tragedy in their lives, who are not in the spotlight. They're not in the papers. They're not in the news. They really need some money. And that's where we're at. We're trying to land some large sponsors, but that's how I got started.
How'd you come up with the name?
It flows, right? Laughter Saves Lives. I actually had to wait. The banking commission would not let me use the word saves. I had to wait and get that approved. Somebody goes, well, use something else. I go, no, I love the name. And then we have the little character. That's the Johnny Plug, JP, the laughing fire hydrant. That's our logo.
Did you always want to be a fireman?
No, I'm one of those cases where I talk about this in my comedy act. People want to be a fireman. Why? They're brave, right? Their father was a fireman, their uncle. I took the fireman, I say this in my act, I took the fireman's test for the benefits.
You did not.
That's a good reason.
You're going to put your life on the line, go in a burning building because you have good dental? What is wrong with you?
No. I actually took it. I didn't know what I wanted to be in my life. And somebody said, John, you're physical, you love people, become a fireman. I go, I'm afraid of heights. I can't handle smoke. I'm not too brave.
Other than that, you're qualified.
But Steve, let me tell you something. It was the best thing I ever did in my life because I overcame. I never went away to college, camp. Now I'm thrown in the fire academy for 3 months. I got to climb ladders. I'm afraid of heights. I got to do all these things that made me a better man, made me a better person. And I'm very proud of what I did and the guys that I worked with,
How did 9/11 change you as a man?
My life started over. My life ended, I say, on 9/11. The person that I was ended. And now you have a choice. What are you going to do with your life? You're going to sit there and say, it should have been me. I should have been working. We had to change the schedule, and we lost the whole company. The whole company we lost. 11 guys in hazmat. So you could sit there and go, well, poor me, or oh my God, it's terrible. Or you can move forward and do something about it. And this is what I chose to do. Hey, if I get up there and I don't do anything to remember them, they're going to kick my butt when I get up there. Their kids don't have a father. 45 kids in my firehouse lost a father.
45.
45. And I know a lot of the families. They come to my shows now. I make them laugh. It's awesome.
How much do you think about your guys?
I'm not going to tell you I think every day. I keep busy, whatever, but I think about them a lot. Especially when I see their kids. I'm on Facebook with their kids. I keep in touch with their kids. They come to the shows. I started a new radio show, Monday night, Laughter Saves Lives radio show. My first guest was the daughter of Dennis Scalzo, one of our guys we lost on 9/11. It's important to me, every show, to have somebody on because that's what I'm trying to do. Never forget them. And it's just another way.
How is it that, in your comedy, you do not use profanity?
It's not me. It's not me. I watch comics that are pretty dirty, love them, funny, hysterical. I don't feel comfortable doing that. And people didn't believe me. And people say, well, how dirty are you? I go, well, my 11-year-old daughter has seen my whole act. I mean, she has a disgusting mouth, but she's seen my whole act. But
she doesn't really.
I'll talk about adult topics.
You're doing shtick on me now.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk about adult topics. I'll talk about adult topics, but it's not me. It's just not me.
It's interesting. You spent those years in the fire department, and you had these relationships with these guys, and it's impossible to even comprehend what happened.
Still can't.
But you made this decision you get to this path, and I often say that attitude is a choice. You chose this attitude. You could have said, not only why me, why them, why this, you chose to do what you're doing right now.
I don't think I have.
Is there no alternative? Was there no alternative? I don't mean to put it that way, but did you really have no choice?
To me, in order for me to live and be happy, I have no choice. This is what I have to do. I struggle financially some months. You know, my wife's like, you're putting all this time into this foundation. You're not making any money.
That money goes to, you're not, hold on for interrupting. That money you're raising goes to the charities.
I'm not, now listen, I'm not drawing a salary right now from the foundation because we don't have a major sponsor. I would love to do it full time. Hey, all these foundations, people, a lot of the big ones, people draw a salary.
You're not.
I can't afford it yet. We don't make enough money.
The money goes to certain charities to help those who are still struggling from 9/11.
I'll give you an example. Two examples. We try to help emergency responders who are not in the spotlight. We had 3 cops that died recently in New York City. Terrible. It's all over the news. The money comes rolling in. A 30-year-old girl from Connecticut.
A few seconds, go ahead.
Firefighter, just diagnosed with ALS, 30 years old, 2 kids. Not in the news. We sent her a check. Hope you feel better. This is in memory of my guys. And that's what it's all about. That's what we try to do. Make people laugh.
Laughter does save lives, and I can't believe they gave you a hard time about taking that name because not only does laughter save lives, but you're making a difference every day in the lives of a lot of people. We appreciate the service to the city, and we appreciate what you're doing for your brothers and their families.
Well, thank you for having us on.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Steve.
Keep it up.
Thank you.
One on One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. This special edition of One on One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by Investors Bank, Berkeley College, Virtua, Qualcare Inc., New Jersey Sharing Network, Kessler Foundation, and by Adler Aphasia Center. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.
At Virtua, we don't cut the quad tendon for knee replacement, so you don't have to cut anything you love to do. It's what we don't cut that counts. The Virtua Joint Replacement Institute. Visit GotMyLifeBack.org today.